And welcome everybody to the Finger Licker 90, the iOS ARCA series from Kentucky Speedway. I'm Joe Wright. Tonight I'm joined by Dustin Dean. Dustin, what's up, my man?
Nothing much. Had a long day at work and thinking about kicking back and watching a doozy here at Kentucky with all these ARCA drivers. How's your day been?
Well, man, I drove all the way to DC and back, and I came back just in time to call this race. So I'm actually kind of stoked about it. It's our first mile and a half of the season here with the ARCA series, so maybe a little bit less cautions. We've been caution filled the whole season so far. So
Yeah, we've had the Rockingham mile, and we've had Bristol, we've had Daytona. What about a mile and a half? It's time for one. You're right. I think it'll be different from what we've seen. Hopefully, a little bit more racing, a little less pacing. How about that?
yeah, I'm with you on that. I hope that's the case for sure. As we got some qualifying underway right now. Do you have anybody on track yet?
Yeah, I got Rob Hamilton. He's on track. Jacob Bowen's making a couple runs. Todd Schatz out here. A whole slew of them out here. Logan Hagerman. A bunch of guys that we typically see. And I will say I did some practice laps before coming on here, and it is a slick track. So if they didn't get any practice in, they have a steep learning curve because it took me a couple laps just to get it under my belt there. Right now we have Dustin Buck top of the charts with a 31:23. He is making a quick lap there. We got Logan Hagerman right now sitting in that second spot, 31:302. And we are having some technical difficulties with our tracker here, so bear with us. Just take a look at that beautiful graphic on your screen, that finger licker 90. Oh, man. Hopefully, we can have some more fun throughout the ARCA series and have fun graphics like that.
No doubt. I agree with you. That one's pretty cool. Did you make that one?
I did, yeah. These are provided by Dean's Eye Designs. Shameless plug. That's me. Now I have to pay intensity $10. Oh, man. Oh, man. Is about 3 minutes deep into qualifying as we are trying to work through some things right now, folks.
Yeah, a
We
couple
will
of
have
technical difficulties with the sim, and we'll have it ready before race time, though.
absolutely still got about 7 minutes till we go green here, so we're just going to kick back and play some music, and we'll be back shortly.
All right, everybody. Sorry about that. We're back finally after a couple technical difficulties there. Dustin, you got me?
I got you loud and clear, man. I'm not seeing your screen.
All right, starting on the pole position is going to be Dustin Buck in that 68 machine, the 27 of Logan Hagerman in that second spot there.
Yeah, Jackson Polly down there in the 17, starting at P3. Dylan Redding, two-time winner so far this season. He'll start fourth on the outside. Jeff Hinkle will round out your top five in that 23.
Chris Wheeler's going to start 6th, Todd Scott 7th, TJ Floyd 8th. 9th will be Zachary Cox, and rounding out your top 10 will be Michael White, a previous winner.
Yeah, so obviously we had some technical difficulties. We are back, and we're back just in time because they are about to go green. That's your top 10. We'll sort through the rest of the field as they are under green flag here. So you can check out your favorite driver. But there, that pace car is off, and we'll get started here. Green flag is out. Speedway enough to take it in there on that low line in 68. Try to get a good run. I will say I did run some practice laps before this race, and it was very loose. You had to take it real easy, especially early on with these total tires. You see some even getting loose right there off of turn 2. One up in the wall out there looks through Logan Hagerman in the wall. He finally gets off of there. Down in turn 3.
Yeah, back up front, Dustin Buck leading this race by a little bit as they fan out down the front stretch here. 3 and 4 wide through the field.
Yeah, I really love this track. You can go to that 3 or 4 wide and make it work. There's so many lines you can run here. Obviously, you want to be down at the bottom, especially early on. You'll see them going down in turn 3. Drivers head to the high side.
Got some 3 wide action here back through the field. It looks like the 426 of Todd Scott and TJ Floyd going around the outside of him there. They're stacked up in the middle here.
Yeah, and that John Deere looking car there. It's not John Deere, but it kind of looks like it. The 27 of Logan Hagerman. He was that car in the wall we saw earlier. So he's just trying to make it back. He's back in 210, getting past now for 11. Nice, just went from bad to worse there.
And I really like the multi-groove racing here, Dustin. It makes it more exciting for sure as we watch TJ Floyd working the outside there with the 428 underneath of him, or 426 of Todd Scott underneath of him. Hagerman, yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's coming back. Well, into the wall, now he's on his way back to the front.
Yeah, it is so easy to get loose here. I got loose literally several times while I was testing and got loose and overcorrected a few times. And I'm sure that probably played a little bit into it. But he's found his way back to the 9th position, looking for 8th there in front of him with Todd's shot.
And that shot there, you can see how close they're getting to that outside wall coming through the front stretch. So close you can barely see the top of the car if you're not looking for them. So pretty cool the way they let them things hang out.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, you are, as soon as you get back on the gas, I mean, that back end wants to kick out. See, what a driver I'm looking at tonight is Jackson Polly in that 17. He's been up front a lot this season. Trying to get his first ever win here in the ARCA series. Won a couple times in the Legends cars.
He's been so close here too, Dustin, that it's amazing he hasn't put one away yet.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of like a 2004 Casey Kane scenario where he got in the sack at least 17 times, but just hasn't got the win, baby. He's catching down Dustin Buck right now. off the pace. Last lap, this lap was only 5/10. That's a half a second. And you can see him physically get larger in front of his windshield here. He's got a real steady wheel. I can promise you, I was doing a lot more zigzagging than he was as they head down in turn 2.
Jackson Qualley really closing the gap now down to 0.45. They race down the front stretch.
Yeah, now we're starting to get into that draft territory where we're picking up a little bit of draft off of Dustin. That's going to really bring him right up there. He'll go from 0.4 of a second right up to about 0.2 of a second in no time.
Michael White here all the way up from 10th already as he goes underneath now. Following Dylan Redding. Those are the only two who have won a race here this season.
Yeah, you're not going to miss that car for sure. He'll stand out in the crowd. Again, he's right in front of Logan Hagerman, who's made his way back to 7th. So making his way back through the field after he got into that wall initially on last week. Oh, there it is. Michael White got into it looked like Todd's shot there. Or
that's going to bring out our first caution of the night.
Or is that Jeff Hinkle there? That's Jeff Hinkle in the 23.
And our first wreckage rewind.
Yeah, it looked like Michael might have just went a little too hard there into that corner. And we'll take a look at it, though, and see exactly what happened. As you see a major crash in front of this wreckage rewind here. Here it is. Let's take a look at it here. You can see that pink car of Michael White really diving in hard in turn 1. Just trying to get a good run. Maybe he thinks that 23 of Jeff Hinkle is going to leave a lane open. And he didn't leave a lane open there, Joe.
I didn't leave a lane open, and then Michael White gets down there just enough. That's I do that all the time. If I'm Michael White, I'd have probably drove it in there too. So I can't blame him for that. But yeah, no room there for him underneath Hinkle. Hinkle was driving his line, and Hagerman getting caught up in it too. You see there, and that's a tough break for both of those guys, the 23 and the 27 as well. 09 just being a little aggressive, a little early, and then the 426 going to get caught up here too.
Yeah, Todd shot. Like you said, in the 426, we are on lap 10 of 60. So pretty good run there. They at least got a feel for the car, feel for the track, see how everybody's going to do around them. Tough break, like you said, for Logan Hagerman, though, who was already in the wall, went back to 11th, made his way up to 7th. And he does find himself in 5th, but he got some damage off of that right there. Doesn't look like any takers on pit road.
Yep, no takers through the top 20 anyhow. As we work lap 11 during our first caution. Dustin Buck still out front. Jackson Qualley was running him down. This is going to really test Dustin Buck here.
Yeah, I think it will. It'd be real cool to see if it's just Dustin Buck on the front of an end or front of a run, to where he can really get out there, and then Jackson later in the run reels him in, or if it's all around tire wear kind of thing where Dustin's just used up all the stuff already.
David Wright getting the wave by there. I'm not sure how he got a lap down, but this went by on the outside. How many laps down is he?
He's already 2 laps down. I don't know if he missed the start or what happened there.
Maybe a disconnect. So he'll get one of them back at least. So it'll be 2 down now. Maybe 1 lap. I'm not sure if they come around.
I hear that all the Wright brothers are having technical difficulties tonight.
So while we have a second, though, let's bring in our standings. Talk about that real quick while they're pacing here.
Yeah, so you see there, you got Dylan Redding, who we've said has won twice now, 2 out of 4 races. He's top of the board. Jackson Qualley, who we talked about, is always up front, it seems like, sitting there in 2nd. Brett Murrell in 3rd. But look on down there, that Logan Hagerman, who we've talked about a lot already tonight for not good reasons. But he's got a win, and then Brandon White won a couple weeks ago as well.
Yeah, and the key here is to get into that top 12 so you can make the playoffs. I know we're only week 5 of the series, but what do they got? 3 more weeks?
Actually, they're running 10 full races until the playoffs, so they do have 2 drop weeks, just like the Cups and Truck. It was originally, you're right, it was originally supposed to be a 12 race with only 8 races in the regular season, but we extended that so that they would all be, all 3 series would be on the same time frame.
Yeah, 10-4. So, still a lot of time for some of these drivers, especially with the drop weeks, to make their way up to the top. And hey, you only got to win one to make it into that top 12. So, right now we only have 3 winners. So, 9 spots still open.
Yeah, I know Dustin Buck. He is personally, he's on my team on the Cup side of things, and he has told me his frustrations about winning here in the ARCA series. He got so close at Bristol a few weeks back, or last week actually. Ended up finishing third there. And so he feels like he can win one of these things. There you see him up front right now. He's led every lap so far, hoping to can carry the momentum to a win.
Yeah, we'll see if that can hold true here as we work through the final lap of caution. Here, lap 13. We're going to go back green. As you can see, the pace car lights are off. Jackson Qualley on the outside of Dustin Buck. In that second row, you got Chris Wheeler, and Dylan Redding on the outside of him.
Yeah, and like we said, Logan Hagerman, he chose not to pit there, so he will restart 5th. And that'll finish chapter top 5. Coming back to green next time by. So, I think the race has gone pretty good so far. Everybody's, other than that one incident there, everybody's been pretty much a give and take here on this wide track.
Yeah, definitely a different feel to this race than the last couple of weeks. So, good kudos to these guys as they're going to put on a pretty good show for Lutz for the next 40 laps. We'll see.
Just how big of a run Dustin's going to try to get on Jackson here as they come off forward. The pace car's already in. So it is on the leader here. He can go anytime he wants to. He's going to try to jump it here. And you see him right there. He got that great jump in front of Jackson and Chris. I'm sure Chris is trying to get under Jackson. He's there right now.
Yeah, I think Jackson's going to have some pretty good momentum on the outside here. I don't know if Chris will be able to hold it down there or not. Jackson driving the wheels off it there on that outside line. He's going to clear Chris for now.
Caution
Second caution out. And that's just a caution breeding cautions there. Looks like Michael Smith might have been involved. We'll check it out.
Yeah, I can only imagine if they got that together and saw how hard it was to pass that they thought maybe I should take all I can right now. But sometimes that'll get you in trouble. Let's go back and take a look here.
Yeah, you're going to see the 10 here. Kind of the same thing that happened with Michael White in the first caution here. 10 riding his line, the 05 not giving any slack. So we'll see it here. 5 down on the low side, maybe a little slide into the corner. And the 10 just comes down just enough to get caught.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's like a replica of the first wreck. That's crazy.
He's going to collect.
Where's Logan Hagerman at?
He's going to collect a couple guys here. He's going to collect the 08.
Yeah, that's Jason Duckworth in the 08 there. Just nowhere to go. If cars slide in front of you, you go high to avoid, and then he comes high and slams into you. And so I'm sure they'll get a fast repair and they'll be on their way. Neither one of them had to tow, it looks like. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that 08 is definitely going to need a fast repair. I don't know about the 10. Maybe some repairs.
They just passed lap 16, so just about 35 laps to go. If my math serves me right, which it does. No, it doesn't. 44 laps to go.
You don't math well, Dustin. It's
No,
okay.
no, I don't do that math. But I do know that David Wright just got that lucky dog on that caution as well, so he will be back on the lead lap and try to make his way through the field is he had some pretty good speed in practice and in
Yep.
qualifying. So I don't know what happened there to him to get him 2 laps down because he qualified up in the top 10, top 15.
And we'll see if we can get him a better finish than he's had in the last couple of weeks. I know he's had a tough go of it here for a while now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna try to pull Dustin Buck in here if we got time.
Yep, you got time.
Hey Dustin, this is Joe and the other Dustin up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
It's going good, man. It looks like it's going real good for you. You've led it every lap so far. So what can you tell us about this car and how's the track feeling?
You know, things are just going right for me. I put quite a few hours of practice in, I guess, a couple hours before practice actually started tonight, and really kind of figured out 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is really tricky. Both ends of the track, really. You got to get in the corner right and get back in the gas in the right time, or you're going to push bad. And it kind of seems like everybody's kind of going easy, trying to save tires. So I've actually been up here saving tires myself.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a long race as you'll restart with about 40 to go. Is there anything that concerns you right now as you look upon those guys behind you?
You know, my biggest concern right now is just getting tires at the right time. My pit strategy is really up in the air right now. I don't know how things are going to play out with yellows and stuff like that. Realistically speaking, we can all pit after lap 30, but the fall off in the tires is so much that somebody might be able to stay out, tell a caution after everybody pits, and be a half a second faster than everybody.
Right, you never can tell. Well, Dustin, as you get the one to go there, we'll let you go and get back to work here. Hopefully you come out on top at the end of the night.
Yeah, hopefully I just get a good run here. My finishes haven't been that great. It's nice to be up here leading, but just a solid finish is all I'm looking for right now.
Fair enough. Good luck, man.
Thanks, guys.
Well, there you have it from Dustin Buck, our leader. He seems pretty calm up there at the front right now. I'd be a little bit more worried about Jackson Qualley myself, but we'll see what happens here. Get a good green flag run, like he said. You never know what kind of strategy is going to bring the W and which ones are going to be the comers and goers. So as we head down the backstretch one more time before this green flag comes out, Logan Hagerman sneaking back up into that top 5 there. He's in that 4th spot now, Dustin.
Yeah, I think he'll slowly but surely make his way all the way up there to the front. If he can get it, I can't believe he didn't have more damage than that. You know, usually you get a little damage and it'll slow you down significantly, but I can see that from Logan. He seems to have gotten faster. You see the pace car on the left of your screen. Maybe you can't see it just barely. It is pulling off right now, so Dustin Buck can go anytime. And there he goes. He gets another great restart here. As Chris Wheeler got one too. As he's underneath Jackson, looking to take that 2nd spot as they maybe they head down to turn 1.
As they head through turn 1, you can really see Wheeler gets up in front of Jackson Qualley there. And Wheeler now setting his sights on that lead.
They're down to turn 3. Dustin Buck's got a really strong run right now. Sitting about a little bit over 0.3 of a second from 2nd place. And now Jackson Qualley's underneath him as they come off 4, trying to make something happen. Not this time.
I really like the way Jackson and Logan Hagerman are letting that thing ride up off the corner and really hang it out up toward the wall. I think that's where the speed's at, off the corner. Wheeler keeping it off the wall a little bit further than maybe he should. That's kind of bogging his speed down off the corner. You see Jackson really getting a good run into the middle of the corner here.
He's going to try to hang it wide coming off turn 4. He does. Gets that good run. The draft all the way down the front straightaway. Even gets onto the apron trying to keep a little speed down there. Just not enough as they head down the turn.
Yeah, Jackson's faster through the center of the corner. Looks like Wheeler's maybe saving some tires there, a little higher entry.
Yeah, we don't look now, right behind them, Logan Hagerman. Been talking about him. He is right there, ready to pounce on Jackson Quality here. Don't count him out. If those two get side by side, I can guarantee Logan's going to join the party real quick. But right now, it's all smooth sailing for
Jackson to the outside now.
I think if he can get a run up there, he'll have it. Doesn't like his time.
Looks like he's going to diamond it off here, maybe get a good run down the backstretch.
Caution.
Caution is out.
Again. So for the third time tonight on lap 22, we are under caution. And this time it looks like there may have been a gaggle of cars jostling about.
The difference in speed here. DJ Floyd getting tagged by the 426 in the back. DJ's going to get turned down. Let's see if he comes back up the track and takes anybody out with him.
Looks like everybody's going to squeeze by. TJ's going to get it back forward. Oh, he overcorrected. And remember that black car we saw, 426, that is Todd's shot. That's one of the cars that was involved in an earlier incident. So again, him trying to make it. Oh man, hard hits down at the bottom of your screen there. But Todd Shot just trying to make it to the field.
Derek Chaput in the 16 machine, and Nick Mather, the 66 as well, comes sliding in here. Man, talk about ARCA breaking.
Yeah, no joke. We've seen that a time or two in this league. Where the incident happened about a half a lap ahead of you, and somehow you're still on the board. Wow. I love that new damage model.
Yeah, it's pretty realistic and pretty awesome when the pieces come flying off of it.
Yeah, I think if Todd would have just been a little bit more patient there, it could have been all right. But right now he found himself in 22nd spot.
And that 05 machine, definitely going to have to see himself to pit road Rob Hamilton, as he's got a left front that's not even moving.
Yeah, that's not good. You want your tires to move.
You think?
It usually helps when you're trying to go fast. Yeah.
All right, your leaders stay out again.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as we look back up front, it'd be something to watch out for, see if Jackson gets a run that Chris has been getting on him on that inside line. Maybe get Jackson back up a second here. But, yeah, so nobody's pitted yet, at least in the top 10. And we're on lap 20, coming to lap 25 right now. So that only leaves about, I'm not even going to guess to try to do math, but it leaves a significant amount of laps left, 35 laps.
There you go. Coming to 35, 36 actually. And so Dustin, some things you can do as a leader here under caution is really think about who you want to get stuck behind who, right? And would it be smart for Dustin Buck to take the high line here on the restart and keep Jackson Qualley behind Wheeler for now?
I think that's a safe play. I know it was used a lot on me last week in the Phoenix race with the Truck Series, where it would pin the driver down behind the slower car. So at this point, though, I don't know if Chris is really that much slower as much as Jackson is, but I do know that Jackson definitely wants to get up there and definitely wants to get by him. So yeah, I mean, I'd probably pin Chris in front of Jackson. Yeah, you got a good point there. Shout out to Dylan Redden, though, real quick. You know, he's won twice already in this league, and he's sitting up there in the 4th spot. Also, important note, Logan Hagerman did come down pit road, and he got tires that time.
That's what I was just going to bring up for you is Nick Ford looks like he's hit pit road as well. He's up to 15th. Bronick, Hinkle, and Duckworth all hitting pit road at some point. So watch out for those guys here as this run drags on. I think we might have a longer green flag run here, Dustin. So
I would imagine he wouldn't have pitted unless he could absolutely make it on fuel. So if we do go green, Look out for Logan Hagerman later on the race. Dustin Buck gets the jump of a lifetime. Jackson Qualley going to go with him. Chris Wheeler might have spun his tires there.
Yeah, I don't think Wheeler even was ready to go there. Dylan Redding underneath of him, and Dylan was behind him, so here he comes now on the bottom.
Looks like he's going to clear him here off for turn 2. Yes, I just said 2.
Dylan Redding is under fire now as well from Jacob Bowen now underneath. 3 wide into turns 1 and 2.
Jacob gets a little high there, has to let off. That's going to give Dylan that big run off of turn 4. I don't know if it's enough to get past him. Now, I did talk to Jacob Bowen before the race, and he said he's ready, kind of like Jackson, he's ready to win one of these things as well. He's finished runner-up a couple times. He even finished second last week in the truck.
Ooh, Wheeler with a little contact behind him there. Almost lost it. And Wheeler getting drove over. He's actually got a tire down.
Oh, no.
Jackson Qualley looking for that lead.
Doing everything he can. You saw him swerving Mervin there on the front stretch trying to get by Dustin Buck. If I was him, I would just be content right now to run right behind him. Save some tires, save some fuel. But I don't think Jackson's thinking the same way I am.
Yeah, Jackson's still young, still got some learning to do. It might be the right thing to do, but I mean, he's driving the wheels off this thing trying to make it by Dustin Buck though. It's actually exciting to watch. Look at him go.
Oh, he's got it. He's got that run on the high line. If he can get there, I think oh, and Dustin shuts the door down in turn 1. Wow, he slid right up in front of him.
And I don't want to bring up any hard feelings, but these two have had a little history with each other, running each other really hard all season long. So
yeah, Dustin Buck lets him go there. I think he made the smart move and realized Jackson was a little bit faster and gave it to him there. Really classy move there by Dustin.
Yep, maybe a little sportsmanship finally from those two.
Well, you got to mend fences once in a while. If you don't want to get taken out every race. But yeah, these two guys, maybe we're seeing fences being mended right now. I wonder how much of a lead he can get out to. Bowen taking that high line around here though. Making a play up there too. Him and Dylan Redding battle it out for third.
Yeah, Dylan let him get away, so Dylan's still here working to try to get back by Jacob Bowen. Brian Merle Jr. popping his face into the mix here in the 5th place with the 72 Al Warnicki as well.
Yeah, I've been watching Dylan Redding, and he is slowly, Jacob Bowen, he is slowly catching these two. As you can see just how close he is right now. Last lap it was over a second. And right now, well, it's still over a second, but it's closer than it was for sure. And he's right there in that draft as well, so I wouldn't take it too long before he'll be there. He's really good at saving tires.
As we look on with Jackson Qualley here from the front. Jackson, 11 years old, and just sending it as they lap Michael Provault there on the outside. But man, they're cruising by him, but Dustin Buck not giving up. He's still there. But like you said, look at Jacob Bowen really starting to get bigger in that rearview mirror.
Oh yeah, gained 2/10 that lap on the leader there. So if he can keep that up, it won't be too long before he's out there in front. But first, he'd have to get by Dustin Buck and Jackson Qualley there. You see on your screen, Dustin Buck taking that lower line. But there you see the run Jackson get. That shows just how much of a run you get taking a little bit of a high line. Jacob Bowen into the wall back there. Just kissed the wall.
Yeah, now Dylan Redding underneath of him. He's going to make that pass. As Warnicki goes under Brian Merle Jr. as well behind them. And now the 48 machine of Brett Merle stepping in the picture along with the 51 of Zachary Cox. Man, we got racing all over the track right now.
Oh yeah, side by side action. This is what a long race here at Kentucky, a long green flag span will do for you. These tires start warming up, they get loose, provide some really good racing. Here as you see, Zachary Cox really doing damage there through that pack. Doing damage, by coming up through the field. But Dustin Buck, speaking of coming through the field, he's right there on him. He's trying to catch Jackson. A little further
Here
back.
comes Nicholas Ford now underneath Chris Wheeler as well. Nick Ford trying to make some things happen. They're 3 wide. John Smith just drove it in there. They're 3 wide through the front stretch here.
Yeah, John Smith, he gained 2 positions there. Chris Wheeler, something to note. Remember, he restarted on the 3rd, or he actually restarted 2nd, and he's always back in 12th position right now. So something's definitely wrong with him.
Brett Merle now looking underneath Jacob Bowen.
Oh, Dustin Buck is hot on that ball too. He was just under him right there before they went into there, so I had to call it out. Dylan Redding has caught these 2 as well. He's only 4/10 of the second back. And we have a caution again on the Speedway. This will be our 4th caution of the night here at Kentucky Speedway. Jackson Qualley is showing as your leader currently. Dustin Buck 2nd, Dylan Redding 3rd, 4th Alan Warnke, and Zachary Cox in that 5th place position. As we get this all rolled up for you and ready to roll here, as it was in that 3 wide racing that we were just looking at. So here you see Chris Wheeler on the outside of a 3 wide battle going into turn 1.
That's some really close 3 wide racing here in Kentucky. It's not going to work. A little bit of net code maybe between Max McClure and Nick Ford. Nick Ford up into Wheeler. Nick Ford comes back across the track there in front of the 47 machine of Michael Lawrence. He's going to collect him, the 23 machine as well. And Hagerman sneaks through. Let's see if we can go dial him up and watch him drive through that thing, as that might be the race-winning move there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's moved up a lot. Remember, he restarted 22nd. He's up to like a 15th position or something like that. Actually, he stayed out. Everybody just pitted. So we'll get an update on that in a second. Right now, here's his view.
And a near miss. And everybody else hits pit road. And when everybody else hits pit road and you've already pit, that puts you in the lead. So Logan Hagerman to the point.
Yeah, and like we said, if he's got enough fuel, he's pretty much set. Yeah, he has older tires than everybody, but I think the way he was coming up through there earlier, I think he'll be just fine here, as they have to make their way through a lot of these guys that stayed out.
All right, so your top 5. Let's go roll through the top 10, actually, Dustin. I'm going to bring up the driver info, and we'll go through them. So Logan Hagerman, your new leader. Some of these guys haven't been up here all night. Nick Mather in 2nd.
Yeah, 3rd, Nicholas Ford right there in the 7 machine. He's had a pretty eventful night so far, but stayed out on under that caution. Give him a P3 and ACP 4. David Wright. Now, if you recall, David Wright was 2 laps down earlier, and now he's sitting in the 5th position. So good night for him so far. 6th, you see right there, Scott Whiteman, 21 machine. And Jackson Qualley, the first car that pitted there, is in 7th, and then on back. Dustin Buck in the 68. We talked about him a lot tonight. Led a lot. Dylan Redding, 2-time winner so far. And Alan Warnock, he ran up the top 10.
And we did kind of skip Colton Kinsey. Looked like he was trying to find his way up in there. So he's up in the 4th position. That's going to move right back to 5th. So 4th is Colton Kinsey.
That's right. And he did win last week in the Truck Series. So that was his first ever iOS win. And he was ecstatic. I think we were all happy for him.
Yeah, he's out here looking like Michael McDowell with a little bit of momentum on his side here, moving into the ARCA Series race, and now up into the top 5. So we'll see what they can do. We got some newcomers at the front. We'll see how that pans out with the guys behind him on fresh tires. So.
Absolutely. This time by, you'll see those pace car lights go off, and we will restart with, don't test my math, but 19 laps to go.
Somebody get that man a calculator.
We're going to restart with 19. I know it's 20 to go right now, but we're going to restart with 19.
While they cruise around one more time, I'm going to talk about the schedule. So we're at Kentucky. That's February 22nd. Next week, we're going to move on to, I believe, Michigan, right? Or does that say Bullring?
That's the Bull Ring. We're going back to the Bull.
And then week 8, Watkins Glen. Week 7, Watkins Glen. Week 8, Phoenix, which we know is a tough track. Week 9, and week 10 to Kansas.
Speedway.
Yep, 9th at Irwindale and 10th back to Kansas with a little mile-and-a-half actions.
Exactly right. And as you see, a bunch of fun names there. And so those graphics just write themselves what they do. Logan Hagerman. So we've seen him get into the wall. We've seen him fall back. We've seen him come up and get another wreck. And now he's stayed out.
I think he's going to be the guy to beat here, Dustin. He did well in qualifying. He's qualified 2nd. Now he's out at the point. And, I mean, with the exception of the guys on fresh tires, they got their work cut out for him. So here goes Hagerman. Green flag's out, and we're racing.
They're not quite as good as the jumping as they got in the past. We're talking about Jackson Paul and Dustin Buck, but nevertheless, he's out there. It doesn't matter. Picking up the 2nd spot. Nicholas Ford, though, on the inside, trying to make it work. And he will make it work. Make that Nicholas Ford if he can hang on to it here, and then he will clear him for that 2nd spot coming out of 2. Caution is out again, though. Cautions, free caution. This will be our 5th caution of the night. And we'll look at that wreckage replay and get you all settled out up here. And Logan Hagerman leads us here. Nick Mather, 3rd, Nicholas Ford. Actually, at the time of caution, Nicholas Ford was in 2nd. So reverse that. Nick Mather in 3rd, Colton Kinsey in 4th, and David Wright in P5. And I think we've got some wreckage coming up.
You're going to see here, I think this is John Smith in the 6th, correct? So John Smith's going to get into the wall. And, man, I'll tell you what, one of the hardest things to do in these ARCA cars is get them off the wall. And then once you do, all of a sudden they come across the track. You're going to see that here.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, just shot off the wall. We saw Hagerman, when he was in the wall earlier, he had to slow way down. And you see why he did.
Yeah, and that's the key.
At that speed, it does not work well.
Yeah, the key is to get it slowed down a little bit and barely turn it off the wall. But, man, if you start to try to crank it off the wall, all of a sudden that tire is going to catch. It's going to shoot you across the track like it did there for the 6 machine. So if you're Hagerman, did you want to see that caution? Or I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got these newer tires back here on these other cars, all the way back to Jackson Qualities in 6 right now. So, yeah, any more laps you can keep them back there and not have to worry about them coming through the field. Yeah, those are good laps for sure.
Yeah, I mean, getting a little heat cycle in them, get them warmed up, get them cooled off, get them warmed up, get them cooled off, and maybe wear them out just a little bit and help Hagerman here later in this run as we watch Michael Proval go around the outside, get his lap back, lucky dog style.
Absolutely. As we pace around, I do have to say we have a lot of shout-outs on Facebook tonight.
Yeah, Blake Hensley says you should get a calculator for crying out loud.
Well, listen, ever since, listen here, Blake Hensley, ever since I first joined Intensity Broadcasting as an official broadcaster, I have been begging the producer for a calculator. He's yet to provide one.
Well, you might have to get with Dayton on that. He is the executive, and all requests for funds have to be run through him. So
That is correct. Oh, man, well, we do have, come on, Nick Mather, Colin Williams says. And Blake Hensley just said that I must forget that I have a calculator on my phone.
do that.
Well, Blake Hensley.
He's on a computer too, Blake. Blake, he's on a computer too. And none of his screen is showing right now in the broadcast. So we'll just throw that out there. I mean, he could be Larry Mackin it in the background, but instead he wants to guess at the.
Okay, folks. It is official. I have officially brought my calculator up. It is on the screen, and from now on, everything will be calculated and it will be accurate.
All right, so the next thing I need now is like a cutaway car and some wind, like animations, so we can talk about the way the air goes over the car.
Okay, don't get ahead of yourself. I just got a calculator. By my calculations, we should be good on fuel here. Talking about Logan Hagerman, I've ran the numbers. I've crunched them, in fact, and Logan Hagerman good on fuel right now. He did pit about lap 25 there.
It looks like Hagerman, Mather, and Wright all hit pit road about the same time. Nicholas Ford a little longer.
Worried about Ford.
Yeah, a little longer.
I'm a little worried about him.
And then Jackson Qualley and the rest of those guys behind him on 6 laps.
Yeah, I don't know if Nick Ford can make it. That's a long stretch there on fuel. And I just crunched the numbers. No, Nick Ford cannot make it home. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. But all jokes aside, I really don't think he can make it. I think Logan can. So just keep that in mind as we watch this unfold here. Gonna restart. I did my math. Hold on.
The lights on the pace car are off one more time around. You're going to see the green flag. Only 5 cautions tonight, which is quite impressive given the history so far this season. But, man, some really good racing here at the front and throughout the field. So
We're going to have 14 laps to go, Joe. 14. All right, here we go. 14 laps to go. Getting ready down on the backstretch. If you're Jackson Qualley, you're sitting in 6th spot. Are you doing everything you can to get up front here? Or you just want to take it easy since you do still have right at about 14 laps? What you think about that, Joe?
I feel pretty comfortable if I'm Logan Hagerman here. 15 hot laps, I'm good.
You don't think Jackson Qualley or Dustin's going to have anything for him?
I think it's a tall task to get by all those guys and make the pass clean. So we'll see, though. Here we go. Logan Hagerman getting a decent jump. Nick Ford actually on it here. Jackson Qualley clears David Wright.
Jackson Qualley up on the high side trying to make it work already.
He's on a rail. He's on his way. That's for sure.
Up to P4 already. I think Logan Hagerman's trying to get it all he can.
Reckon behind him.
Yep. One in the back.
See if it stays. Nope, the caution is out. Again, that helps Hagerman.
Yeah, but that'll put Jackson Qualley right there in that second row. I think Hagerman's. I think he might be done here. I think tonight is Jackson Qualley's night. Just throwing it out there. We'll get that record replay up for you. My goodness, that car takes a tumble. That look like some of these iRacing guys in here. Wow.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Have it up for you.
That's a hard hit in the inside wall, and everybody gets around him. Nobody else collected there. Man.
Just got loose there by
That
himself.
was a heck of a hit, too.
Yeah, just steps out on him there, and you're right, man. Slap that wall where you don't want to hit it. Everybody has a good heads-up reaction time there.
I like the way Todd turned the wheel back left, though, and tried to keep it out of the way instead of going back across the track. Really a heads-up move by him, not collecting anybody else there.
Yeah, absolutely. You're exactly right. As we go back live, you see, I have 11 laps to go right now. Logan Hagerman. Yeah, I have to admit, it is looking better for him, Joe. As the laps wind down, I only see us having more cautions here. So I think he's in a good spot.
And Coralie Mather calling out for Mather in that third spot. Nick Mather. You got a fan, buddy. You better show him what you can do.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, we mentioned him a couple of times, but haven't really talked a whole lot about Nick. And he's been right here in the top 5, top 7 the whole race, and up to 3rd right now. So he's just trying to keep Jackson Qualley behind him right now, I think, before he can make a run at Nicholas forward in the 7. I'm impressed with Nicholas, though. I mean, I didn't think he would even last a lap out there with those tires that he's got. I'm sure the fuel window is probably closing up a little bit on him, though.
It's looking better for him the more caution laps we run here, though, Dustin. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So that's benefiting him as well.
Yeah, you just saw on your screen how far back he was drifting off. I can only imagine he's cutting off the engine. Look how far back he is. Cutting off the engine, letting it coast, doing all those fun things down on the apron, trying to save fuel. He might make it.
And I don't know if you know this, Dustin, but right now we got 23 concurrent viewers. We're killing it tonight. I think we might have a pretty good viewership. If you're watching, share this thing for us. You got 10 laps to go here when we cross the line. And, man, I'll tell you what, I think we're going to have a heck of a finish. And
yeah, right now we're sitting at about 980, a little bit over that now of followers. So if you have not followed us and you're watching maybe for the first time, now would be a great time to get that up there.
Sitting where? What are you talking about?
Or not 180, 980.
No. We're over 1,000, Dustin. You gotta wake up, buddy. We hit 1,000 on Sunday or Saturday night. Mission 20 during the Mission22.com race. Yeah, we're over 1,000 followers on Facebook. Just under 300 on YouTube, and almost 300 on Twitch as well. So
I apologize.
Keep sharing, following, and subscribing.
Next goal
is 2Gs. 2Gs, yep. And I challenged, in the podcast, I challenged us 2,000 by April. You think we can make it happen?
Oh, yeah. I think the more people we get, it'll have a triangle pyramid effect, and just more and more will get involved. Did I just say pyramid scheme on a broadcast?
Yep, you did. It's all right.
But no, I think as more people get involved, more people will see it, and it will only grow from here. But I tell you what, so on Friday night, I don't know if you watched the broadcast, I was in here with Atlee. You can see the pace car lights go off. I was in here with Atlee, and I said, hey, Atlee, if we get to 1,000, I'll shave my head on Facebook Live. So now, guess what I have to do?
Yeah, you definitely do. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I guess probably this weekend. I'll probably wait till this weekend. And I'll,
so maybe that'll be maybe something for the podcast. Even we can have you as the guest, and we'll make that part of the podcast. We'll see what we can conjure up here.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
I think you got to shave your face too.
Oh no. My wife threatened to leave me last time I did that.
How about if we get to 2,000 by April, you have to shave your face?
I'll do it. All right. Commit to that. 2,000 by April 1st or April 29th?
The end of April is our 1-year anniversary, so...
Okay. All right, I'll do that. 2,000 by the end of April, I'll shave my face.
10-4. We're going to make that happen.
We're getting down here.
And the pace car is about to dip off. Logan Hagerman, Nicholas Ford. Nick Mather, Jackson Qualley, Dustin Buck, Alan Wernicke, your top 6. Let's see what happens here. It's going to get crazy. Dustin, people are piling in already.
Yeah, I was about to say, I see Jackson Qualley back there lagging back, trying to get that good run, and he does get a good run on the 7 of Nick Ford. I'm impressed that everybody's keeping it straight now. I thought for sure. Oh, as I say that, they're wrecking Dustin Buck hard into the wall. More cars involved here.
Man, Dustin Buck. I don't know what happened on that restart. We're going to have to go check that out too, but that started there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Dustin Buck caught up in that one. Get that going on here. I'll see if I can get Dustin down and see if he can explain to us what happened to us as we watch it here. Okay.
All right, this is in live time here. This is the restart here. There's going to be a big checkup on that bottom line. I'm not sure why. You're going to see it here. Oh. All right, let's try that one more time.
Yeah, you see it all starts right here where 16 just didn't seem like he got going here. David Wright right behind Dustin Buck in the 18.
I don't know what happens here at the front, but let's see. 16. Dustin Buck jams on the gas and then slams on the brakes. That's going to stack everybody up.
Right there, that's what it is. 3 wide, and that does not work, apparently.
Let's go on board with Dustin Buck and just watch the whole event here. Because he's going to jump on the gas like he's expecting it to go green. And then things happen.
Maybe thought that they were going in front of him and had to check it up all of a sudden. I don't know. Maybe like kind of get back at him. Pretty right.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Start jamming on the gas like that. That's what will happen. Actually, Jacob Bowen gets turned down before that into
you're right.
into him. Dylan Redding throws it in there 3 wide. No room. And into the outside wall. Dustin Buck.
Good heads-up move from everybody avoiding that.
Real. As we said before, caution breeding cautions here. That's a positive for Logan Hagerman again and Nick Ford. And Matt.
Jack probably did not move up at all there. So, with that huge checkup on the inside line, I thought it would at least move up a spot or 2. Still sitting in that 4th spot.
I think Josh is writing in Intensity Broadcasting on the stream, and he says, Dustin Dean doesn't even have a beard. It's just peach fuzz.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Did you say something?
Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. I had no comment. Listen, I've seen Josh's beard. It is pretty
It's impressive.
extravagant. It is. So I don't even have a good comeback.
I hear you. I'm with you. 7 cautions. 5 laps to go, though. We're going to have ourselves, hopefully, if we can get it going green here for the next 5 laps, we're going to have ourselves a good little finish here.
It'll be a good 5 lap shootout, like you said. Pace by lap draw. Does Nick Ford or anybody have anything for Logan Hagerman? He could pick up his 2nd win of the season.
And man, Dustin Buck kind of called his own race tonight. He said, I don't know when I'm going to pit, but when I do, I'm going to be concerned. You know, and he was concerned about being able to finish this thing off. And man, he might have cost himself the race there.
Yeah, that's definitely the hardest thing about just racing in general is other cars. Especially when you have a fast car and other cars are around you. And yeah, it's definitely frustrating to get caught up in something like he did. But such a fast car tonight led a lot of the opening laps. But he'll try to make his way through the field as much as he can here. Logan Hagerman restart us off. He can go again whenever that pace car leaves. It's on Hagerman to take off.
And that's one of those things where when the pace car dips off and you see guys in front of you go, you go, and if you stop, it's not going to be good. But you can't be messing around here. It's got to be full throttle or nothing there. And then Logan Hagerman with a great jump. He's got Nick Ford clear. Jackson Quali on the outside line, though. You look behind them, Dylan Redding already 3 wide.
I don't think Jackson got the restart that they wanted there, but if he can get some green flag laps, I think he'll have the tires to at least give Hagen a run for his money. Everybody's staying green right now, at least.
Jackson Quali down to the inside here, looking for 3rd.
He's got Alan Warnke right behind him, pushing him along there.
He's going by Nicholas Ford now. Hagerman's going to have to do some blocking, I think, here if he's going to hold Jackson off from this W. 3 laps to go.
I don't think there's anything going to stand in the way of Jackson getting that win tonight. He got the pressure tires. He's right there at him. Goes on the inside here in turn 3. He's there. To his quarter panel, I think it'll be neck and neck coming out turn 4.
Hagerman to the line. That would have been close. 2 to go.
Hagerman got it that time. Got some ball on the inside, and I like Hagerman's position here. Keeping that high line, got that momentum up on the high side. It's going to be hard for Jackson Paul to get clear here. As Alan Warnke now comes into the picture. He's trying to make this win his.
Ooh, a little pressure from Wernicke. They actually going to help. He helped Jackson by.
Absolutely, he helped him by, but I think he did that just so he could have a shot.
Final lap.
This time. But then in turn 1, Alan Warnicke's going to send it really deep in there, and he does.
1 in the wall.
If he can get back to Jackson's quarter panel here. Trying to get a run down the backstretch. Don't think he has enough. He's going to have to drive it in really hard here. And he does. Is he going to make contact? No, it doesn't look like it.
Jackson Quali's going to get his first win here in the ARCA series. Congratulations,
Wow.
young man.
And they're wrecking behind him.
What a drive by Jackson Quali on fresh tires. Just enough to hold off Alan Wernicke.
Wow. Alan really put up a good run there. I thought he might get into him there in 3 and 4, but he didn't. So let's see how good he is at burnouts.
That's his first one. Better put on a show.
Oh yeah, I think he's practiced a time or 2.
I think Dean just jumped on there to show him how to do it. Good job, Jackson. Get it, buddy. Get
That
it.
is so cool.
Man, it was my pleasure to be able to call this one. Awesome racing by him.
Absolutely. I really thought Alan was going to maybe get into him or pressure him a little bit, but he didn't. He stayed clean, so I'm proud of him for doing that. Set up for a great finish here. Jackson probably still burning it down on the front stretch.
As we bring up your results here. Jackson Quali, your winner. Alan Wernicke comes home second, and rounding out your top three is Logan Hagerman holding off Dylan Redding. They wrecked coming to the line there. Dylan Redding fourth, Brett Merle fifth, Jacob Bowen coming home sixth, Zachary Cox seventh. Eighth is going to see Brian Merle Jr., ninth, Michael White, 10th. Nick Mather falls from that third spot all the way back to 10th. A finish for him. Nick Ford, Sylvan Seguin, 12th. Brandon White, 13th. Dave Wright with a 14th, his best finish of the season. John Smith in 15th. 16th is going to see Michael Lawrence, 17th, Michael Provolt, and 18th, Bolton Kinsey.
And all three are in the booth waiting for us, so I guess we'll go ahead and get some interviews going here. Bring in Logan Hagerman. He finished third tonight. Logan Hagerman, this is Dustin and Joe in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys. Did we put on a good show for you?
Man, y'all put on a heck of a show. I didn't know if you were going to keep it there or if Jackson was going to get you or what was going to happen. What was your take on all this? Did you think you could have got in there? And how do you think it all turned out from your perspective?
I knew I was a sitting duck on those O tires. My strategy was when I pit it on lap 21 was I was hoping that a caution would come out in about 5 laps, and then they would all pit, and then I'd be the lead car. But of course, it didn't come out until like lap 40. So I knew I was a sitting duck, and then that last restart there, I mean, I couldn't really do much. I couldn't hold him off. I knew he was going to pass me. So I was just trying to hold on to a top 3.
Yeah, the strategy almost worked in your favor there, Logan. You and a couple of those guys up there, but the fresh tires got you. Do you think you had anything better for him had there not been as many cautions there at the end, or do you think it would have been worse?
It would have been worse for sure. And it was a bad race for me from the start. Did you guys see me hit the wall in lap 1?
Yeah, we saw you hit the wall and then getting that other wreck, and man, we were impressed with how you kept it up there in the top 5 until you pitted though.
Yeah, it was quite a mess. I had a lot of fun, though, and I'm glad that Jackson won that, and it was a good show, I'm sure.
Well, Logan, you've already got one win on the season, so you're locked into the playoffs. So we hope to see you here more often into the booth.
All right, hopefully I'm talking to you next week. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And Joe Wright, I will bring in Mr. Alan Wernicke for you.
All right, Alan, you got Joe and Dustin in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, so, man, what a race. You helped Jackson Quali get past Logan with a chance at maybe getting this win and stealing away from Jackson there at the end, but not enough time there, huh?
Not enough time. Those last 2 yellow flags kind of hurt our progress as far as going green, but he was in front of me pretty much all day. I kind of started mid-pack and just kind of took my time getting there.
Well, Alan, you were right there headed down in turn 3 and 4 on that last lap, and I just knew that you were going to get into the back of him. And I'm telling you, you got so close, at least it looked like from up here. So was you thinking about it? And is there anything you would have done differently if you had to do it over again?
I will never wreck somebody for a win, especially when they've outdriven me.
Fair enough. Well, is there anything you could have done differently? How about that? Leading up to it.
Other than getting into them, I don't think there's anything I could have done with the laps that we had. If we had 3 more laps and we're nose to tail, maybe.
All right, Alan, congratulations on that second place finish. Is that your best finish of the season so far? Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, it's been tough going here. I just appreciate everyone in the league just being patient, working through this. We're all trying.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you next week. Hopefully up there in that top 3, maybe a W next time.
If it's Watkins Glen, I don't think we'll be there.
It's not the Glen yet, but you'll be there soon.
Yeah, I knew it was close.
All right, so that leaves only one driver left. Jackson Qualley. This is Joe and Dustin Dean in the booth. You got a copy?
You bet I do, guys.
Jackson Qualley, dude. First of all, just congratulations, man, on this win. I had so many emotions going through that last turn. I know you did too. Walk us through that last lap, and what was you thinking going down into 3 and 4 with Allen right behind you?
I was shaking and I thought I screwed up, but I didn't.
You know, you didn't screw up at all in that race, Jackson. You drove the wheels off that thing, chasing down Dustin Buck early in the race. You drove the wheels off it, getting back to the front there at the end, and you brought that thing home for a win. Is there anybody here you want to thank for that, or what?
Black Designs, Cyclone Racing, my dad.
Yeah, your dad's pretty awesome, man. I think you drove awesome tonight as well. So, Jackson, you got what it takes, man. You've officially beaten some of the greats here tonight at Kentucky. So, and you're locked into the playoffs too. So, congratulations on that. Is there anything else you would like to say out here to everybody listening, Jackson, before we let you go?
Thanks, and on the last lap, my dad said to send it.
Nice.
Send it, you did, man. I hope to see you soon up here again in the booth, and we'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Have a good night.
We're done. Get it done.
That's an awesome kid right there, Joe.
Yeah, he's awesome. Man, what a finish. What a race, Dustin. You know, we had a little bit of everything. A little bit of strategy on the tires, a little bit of caution, some aggressiveness early from a couple of guys, some 3 wide racing, and man, what a finish. Alan Wernicke gave it all he had. Without wrecking Jackson, he did what he could to make it happen. It just wasn't enough. Jackson Qualley driving the wheels off that thing all race long, coming home with his first W here in the iOS ARCA series, man. I'm so stoked for him and his family, and that's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm right there with you. That final restart, and Jackson got back past both of them cars, and he took it up there. I knew that he was either going to win or he was going to wreck himself trying. So congratulations to him again. And I think that'll just about wrap up the Finger Licker 90 here at Kentucky Speedway.
It sure does. And for iOS ARCA series, the Finger Licker 90 at Kentucky Speedway, I'm Joe Wright. I've been joined tonight by Dustin Dean. Check us out again tomorrow night as me and Dustin go battle it out at the Glen in the Cup cars. And then again on Wednesday in the Cup, or in the trucks, the truck cars at the Glen as well. So for Intensity Broadcasting, my name's Joe Wright, and as Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and